Hey guys, welcome back to Carib 21 Network. So one of the things that we like to do here at Carib 21 Network is to highlight Caribbean history because I believe that that is one of the things that we are very much lacking in the Caribbean is the documentation of our history and also our contribution whether in North America and in Europe. The Caribbean community from Jamaica to Barbados, Trinidad and Tobago, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, all over the Caribbean, we have contributed so much to this world, and documentation of that is very important to us here at Carib 21. And one of the ways that we have contributed globally on the international stage is with our food. I like to say that any multicultural society that you go in, Caribbean food is like the spice, the flavor. We bring the flavor and the spice to multiculturalism and to the vibrant food market, whether in North America or Europe. And I had the opportunity to sit down and to have an interview with one of the most iconic Jamaican restaurants in Canada, and that is Gerry's fast food Jamaican restaurant. And Gerry's restaurant is so iconic. It's been around since 1977. It is now like a landmark, like almost like a cultural heritage site in Toronto. And this was a very good interview. And just talking about Jamaica's culture and our contribution to the most multicultural city in the world, Toronto, Canada. Okay, so I'm here with Donovan from the iconic Gerry's fast food Jamaican restaurant. And so Donovan, you've been in Canada for a long time, since the 70s.
Yeah.
What year did you actually come to Canada?
I actually came up in 75, and then the rest of the family came up 76. I came up and I stayed with my uncle who owned Ralph's Patty Shop. He was very influential in us coming to Canada. He's like a second cousin to my father. And when we were leaving Jamaica, my father had the option of going to the States or coming here. So he came down and he extolled the virtues of Canada, man. Healthcare, safe place, clean, blah, 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 blah. And that kind of sold it for us. We actually came up on an exploratory trip in 74 just to see how things were, and we liked it. So I actually came up in 75 now, and then I stayed with him for a year. At the time I was 16, just turning 16, so I got my license. I was able to drive around, so that when the family came up the following year, I was able to take them around.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what was it like as a Jamaican in the 70s living in Toronto, Canada?
Well, I was young, so and I mean, every young person wanted to immigrate, right? So when it was first became an option for us, I was kind of excited. Me and my brother were excited. We ran through all kind of books, any books you could find in Canada. And I remember looking and I saw I read about all the lakes and all the camping and all that. So that kind of, spurred my interest. That was what I was kind of looking forward to. I was looking forward to winter. I was looking forward to the just the first winter, to see snow, to play with snow. But then, after a few years, you kind of get jaded, as I'm sure all of you can agree with,
Yeah. So Jamaica now, our motto is out of many one people. So I'm curious, what's your ancestry?
Well, my last name is Wang, right? So Jamaican Chinese.
Okay.
There's both grandfathers on either side. Maternal grandfather, paternal grandfather were from China, and both grandmothers were Jamaican. So we're pretty much second generation Jamaican.
Okay.
So the parents are fully Jamaican, half, and then we came along. As for the heritage, most of the culture from them that has carried over is in cooking. A few words here and there, but I mean, all in all, we're Jamaican first,
Okay, so it must have been interested coming in the 70s because I have experience living outside of Jamaica for the first time, and when people see you, they have a perception of what Jamaicans look like. So I lived in Bermuda for a while, and most people did not think I'm Jamaican because of my lighter skin. So
even though
what was it like?
I still get the same thing even now. A lot of people don't realize that Jamaica is such a mix of people.
Yeah.
I still get the same thing a lot of times. People take me for Filipino and take me for Spanish. I still get the same thing right now. And I got it back then, and I still get it now too.
It must be a very a good conversation starter, like an icebreaker, because I remember an experience.
Yeah.
I was living in Bermuda at the time. There's a doctor there that was Jamaican, Chinese background, and he speak raw patois.
Yeah.
So one of my coworkers went to him and like he thought he was Jamaican, so he said, "What go on?"
Yeah.
And she dropped the glass because she didn't think that patois could come out of like So what is it like speaking raw patois and people like looking at? Have you got that experience?
Yeah, well, I mean, being here so long though, like you can, as you probably can, you can switch from both depending on the crowd that you're in, the surrounding that you're in, you speak appropriately. When you're around your friend, like I was at my barbershop yesterday, just yesterday at my barbershop, and he always has a friend there that there's always friendly banter, and he was saying that like he was questioning whether or not I could speak real patois because he said he had this friend and when he speak he could not understand him and him can't understand me.
Yeah.
And I said, well, I mean, I know you guys don't understand, so I'm speaking so he can understand me. So he asked him if he can talk patois, so I just run into him and say, oh, okay.
Okay, so let's talk about the restaurant now, Gerry. So what year did the restaurant open?
We opened in 1977. My parents opened it. Mom and dad opened it in 77. I was 16, 17 at the time. I was still going to high school, but we'd have to leave. We had to leave like sometime after school we would, because I could add my license by then. So I would leave and me and my other brother, older brother, we would come down and help out.
Okay, so in the 1970s, I can imagine that not a lot of Jamaican restaurants would have been around at that time.
Yeah, the primary hub of Jamaican at the time was, and still is, up at Eglinton.
Little Jamaica,
yeah, Little Jamaica. So as I said, my uncle at the time had Ralph's parties up at Eglinton, and when Dad was looking for something to do, we said, okay, you know what, let's find a fresh area because you don't really want to go into the same area where everybody is like,
Yeah.
So we came here. We came and scouted this area out. A little bit of what you might call market research at the time, which was merely going around and looking at the composition of the area, what kind of people. It was heavily Italian at the time.
Okay.
Heavily Italian and Portuguese. It's less so now. A lot of younger families coming in, a lot of Jewish families too. But more younger family and the area, as you know, as everything in Toronto has become really gentrified.
Yeah.
As
Yeah. So I can imagine, 1977, was it easy to cook Jamaican food, or did you have to cut corner? Was it easy to get like ram goat and
there was already a market established.
Okay.
Because like I said, there was a lot of restaurants up in Eglinton. Ralph's being one of them. Raps came a few years after. Spencer's already there. So there was kind of although Spencer's primarily a bakery, but they still used to do some cooking. But Ralph's used to have a lot of Caribbean food in there. So the suppliers were kind of getting geared to supplying a Caribbean, Caribbean market. I hear that at first oxtail and all them things used to be stuff that used to be thrown out.
Yeah, my grandmother told me, because on Eglinton, she said when she just came, she would go to the butcher shop and she would buy beef, and they would ask her if she want the oxtail, and they would pack a bag of oxtail and just give her for free.
Exactly.
And she said until the 70s, 80s, and then a lot of Jamaicans start selling it
until the demand for it increased. Then the price. Actually, I don't know how much. How much the demand have increased. Why it's like this number?
So expensive.
But it's ridiculous.
Yeah. So how have the restaurant business changed in between now, from 77 to now, 2025?
Well, COVID played a little part in kind of ramping it down a little bit too. But it's changed a lot. The clientele has changed a lot. I would say even our clientele is maybe about 50-50 or maybe more Canadian. There's still a large Canadian component to it. It's getting Jamaican food or Caribbean food in general is getting more mainstream.
Mainstream, yeah.
You know, because even some of the big companies, them like I see even Walmart and all them. I see it selling,
yeah.
So it's becoming more mainstream. So it's China, but just the general economic conditions,
Yeah.
It's a bit of a not as really busy as before,
Yeah.
but it's survivable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we actually started out as a restaurant, Carib 21 in Little Jamaica area.
Okay.
And restaurant business, it looked good from the outside looking in,
Yeah.
but it's like 15, maybe 20-hour days sometimes. It's a lot of work, especially like, I don't know about like say Trinidadian restaurant, but Jamaican restaurant, high food costs and low margin on food. How did you survive?
It's very very labor intensive. So much so that after me, I don't know if this will survive because my kids don't know how to do with this.
I can imagine.
They've helped out a few times. But they've moved on because it's very labor intensive. What you do is you try to watch your costs. You try to streamline everything so that you know how much, and then you get your portions right. You have an idea of how much you will need for each day, so you don't overcook and then end up with waste. Just mainly streamlining everything. That's one of the major ways that we able to maintain our viability, because like before, and you also know your seasons too, because Christmas time you're going to sell more cakes. Easter you're going to sell more buns. So you try to tailor your response to the conditions.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So final question. I know that Caribbean culture plays a big part. Canada is like not a melting pot, but it's the most. They say Toronto is the most multicultural city in the world, and we have a lot of different cultures that. And it show up like especially during the summer when we see all the events. How do you think Caribbean culture, Jamaican culture in particular, have impact Toronto?
Well, I think Jamaican culture in general impact the whole world, not just Toronto. Because everywhere you go, I was watching an obscure YouTube video of somebody way up in the Himalayas, or some little obscure backward some place you would normally visit, right?
Yeah.
And they were showing some of the stuff inside of the store. They had some little store, and in the store they have like a Bob Marley T-shirt, and they were playing reggae music. Yeah. So we've had an impact not only on Toronto, but worldwide. Our impact on Toronto has been quite significant. We as much as it was Trinidadians really that spearheaded like Carib and all that, but there was some Jamaican input. Yeah. I don't remember exactly who were the founding members. I can remember a few of them, but they were Trinidad. But I'm sure guys like
I know like, Roach was a part of it.
Roach was a very big part.
Part of it. Yeah.
I know Denham Jolly, who's also is a very kind of behind the scenes part of but he's very a prominent Jamaican in Toronto. Not a lot of people might know about him, but he's very influential behind the scenes with different things. But we've made a contribution. People spreading the love for the culture. We always have music playing inside it, so we don't have any right now because of the interview.
What do you think about, especially Little Jamaica? We know that it's being gentrified, and actually, like, there's not much Jamaicans living in that area now. There are more Vincentian living in Little Jamaica area, but there's still a few Jamaican business. Do you think it will survive?
That's been a sore point with me, because they take so long to do that.
The crosstown.
The crosstown. It's taking so long. You have to be really strong to survive economically, something like that. All the amount of traffic. I avoid going up there unless I have to, which I've only reason I have to is because if you get onto the Island Expressway.
Yeah.
But sometimes I say, boy, they call it Little Jamaica, and they want to make it seem like a Jamaica, so they make the road just like Jamaica. Got the road some bad traffic, But the ones that have made it this far, I think should be okay. But lately there's a lot of buzz going on in the media about the survivability of it as a unit.
Yeah.
but like I say, I think the ones that are there will survive. You know, like um what do you call it, entertainment kitchen and a few other and the
Yeah,
barber
yeah,
shop them and all that.
yeah.
They've been there a while. They have their crowd. So I think they should be fine with that. And there's a lot of different people coming in right now, but they're running the Caribbean grocery stores. Like
Yeah.
there's a grocery store up there, but I think they're Indian that own it, and the different people that own different things, but it's still primarily a Caribbean shopping area.
Yeah.
So I don't know how that will impact it either too, because these people that own it, I don't know how in tune they are with the
The culture.
culture and
Yeah.
all that. So it remains to be seen.
Okay. All right. It was nice talking to you.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
You know,
Yeah,
this is a
pleasure.
long time coming. I
A
wanted
pleasure.
to do this for like
A
over a
pleasure.
year. So
A pleasure. Yeah, man. A
nice
pleasure.
talking to
Yeah,
you.
man.
Okay, so guys, so see them make their own bulla, all the cake and stuff. They make black cake, everything, pudding. This is what is this? Rock cake, toto, yeah. Um, sweet potato pudding, and yeah, black cake, right? Black cake, awesome. Cornmeal pudding. Okay, guys, so trying out the Jamaican fried chicken. Nice color, coleslaw, nice and creamy. Yep. Jamaicans love our coleslaw. Here you go, fried chicken. Some mix the coleslaw with the fried chicken. Rice and peas. Okay, so next up we have to try the curry goat. You can't go to a Jamaican restaurant without having the curry goat. Who said goat curry? Guyanese? Guyanese said goat curry? Alright, so nice. Mm-hmm. Tender. Full of flavor. Curry goat with steamed vegetable white rice. Finally, oxtail. Another thing you can't come to a Jamaican restaurant and not try. Nice and tender. Eat oxtail with your hands. Come off the bone easy. So we just got some good food, some amazing food in Gerry's fast food, Jamaican fast food restaurant, along with some history lesson about this iconic restaurant that's been in this area since 1977. So guys, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing content. And remember, peace. I'm out.